So today we are going to build an online form. The online form we filled on various websites. Please open your text editor and let's start. So our HTML, as usual, so we just code the structure HTML, an open tag and a close tag. HTML. Okay. Now, in a form, when you are building a form, there's this tag we call form. So you will call that tag. The reason why we call that tag is we want our document. So this one, the interface you are seeing, our document, how we are going to see, we want it to tell the browser that's going to open that. In fact, this file you are going to open has something called a form that should display in a form manner. So that's why we bring the form tag to actually show that we've actually started building the form or initiating the form. So wherever you want to build a form, the first thing you need to do is to bring a form tag. So this is the form tag. So my open tag and my close tag. Okay. Now, inside this, we are going to code everything on our form. So let's say on our form, so let me open one file here. So what we would like to bring on our form, let's list it here. Name. Let's see. Okay, so the name we will do it. First name. We will do. Please, this is not part of the code. We are listing the things we will bring on our form. So don't be confused. Let's say name. We will bring, so you ask of the person's, let's say this time around, age, location, location meaning where the person stays, country, mobile contacts, email. Can you give me more? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If we get 10, it's fine. So
Gender.
Gender. Yes, that's good. Gender. Favorite color. Contacts. Yes, so the contact we will take it as the mobile number. Favorite food. Favorite food. So let's see. Parents name. So I can write any of them. Any of them or all of them. Any of them. So these are the things we want on our form. We are going to build an online form. These are the things we want on our form. Remember, when you are built as a web developer or as a website builder or as a developer, whenever you are building something, you need to have the design or you need to know the content of what you are going to do or the concept of what you are going to do. So that's why I listed these things here so that I know what I'm going to do on my form. If you are building a website, you know your website design you want to build before you start coding. So here, our online form we are going to build. The contents we want on the online form is the first name, the surname, the age, location, country, and all these. So we have 11 contents we are going to put on our online form. Please, any question before we proceed? Right. Now we will bring something called label. Label. So it's a tag. So we bring an open tag, then a close tag of the label. Okay. Now what this label does is that it helps to actually place each of the tag in its position. So the label will help us make sure this is a first name box, this is a surname box, this is so you can see on the form, you can see there's a box, then on top of the box, some of the form, on top of the box we have username, password, this, that. So the label helps us to actually label boxes. So we know this is a first name, this is a last name box, this is an index. So that's so that the person won't go and type mobile number in a name box or email in a name box. So the label, our first label here, we want to, so we will say this label is for what? Then we say this label is for oh, is for is immediately you get confused. Drama is for first name, so we will name the first name. So we will name the first name. Please, any question with the label before we move on to the next one? Now, the second one we will do is to actually bring the box.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, Sir, please, my internet was messing up. Can you go over the label?
Okay. So the label is where it gives you the ability to add a name to a specific box on your form. So you see, for example, when you are filling a form, on top of the box you have to write your let's say mobile number. It's written on top, mobile number, so that you know that box is for mobile number. You understand it? Now you okay? Okay. Now let's use, so we are going to add the box to it. So now we've been able to label our first form and feature. So the name, the box is represented with a tag called input. So you input, that means that's where the person is going to input the first name. So input. So let's first do this. So input, like an open and a close tag. Always remember the tags are twins. So input. Okay. Now here, in the input, what type of input are we going to accept? You see, in some form, there's no way you can input number in a text box. So there's no way you can input number in a name box. So instead of the name, the person is supposed to type the name, and the person go there and type the number. This some form won't accept it, and when you submit it, it won't go. Name is for name, number is for number. So what type of input are we expecting from the person? So we will say the type, so we will say type text. So we are expecting a text from the person. Please, any question? Okay, let's move on. Now, in the same input box, we have to actually indicate that this input box is going for this label. Therefore, we will bring something called an identifier called ID. So we will just bring ID. So identifying that this input box is for first name. So we will bring F name. In fact, sorting this, we said this label is for F name. And so the ID of this input should be F name, this one here. So it should be F name because this box is actually dedicated for first name, that's F name. Any question? Right. Now, again, what we are collecting, we want to name this input box. We want to give it a name. The name we want to give it, we want to give to it, we will just source this one. So F name, the first name we want to. So we will just bring the name of this input box is called F name. Any question here? Please, if you are lost, let me know.
Sir, please, the ID and the name for the input should always be the same.
Yes, yes, should always be the same, because if you make it the same, it's going to help you in future. In future here, I mean, when we move on, we are going to actually source this ID in our CSS file so that when you are actually styling it or doing coloring, or when you want to trace back, you will just pick the ID F name, then insert it in the CSS, then actually style this. Do you get it? So the reason why it's advisable to always use the same, so that you can, when you are styling it in the CSS, you can reference it very fast. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Now there.
Please, about the name, can you do it first and instead of F name?
Yes, you can do it wherever you want. So you can do yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so now you have your box and you have your name, so you can save it. Before we move on to the preview, does anyone have any question here? Okay, someone is asking. Say, please, I'm lost from the label side. Okay, let me go over. Now we are building an online form. So the form we most of the time fill online. Maybe you are applying for a school, scholarship, anything, like anything that you input data for the other end to take it. That online, for example, Google Forms. So those forms, we are building our own. And we are in the process of building it. Now, whenever you want to build a form, the same HTML, then you bring a tag called form. So you open your form tag. Right. Now you bring your label. The meaning of this label is that the simplest meaning is that this label, we want to actually tag each box with its name. So you know that, in fact, this box, on top of this box is written first name, meaning inside this box I'm supposed to write first name. So that's the meaning of the label. Now the input here, that's the tag. Now in the label we had something called for. What is this label for? What's the purpose of this label? We know it's for first name, so we just name it F name. Perfect. Now the second one, input tag here. The input tag here signifies, in fact, we have a label, then under the label or beneath the label, we have a box we are supposed to type. So that box is called the input. That's where we are going to enter whatever data the form is collecting from us. So in that box, what type of input is the box are we the developers accepting from the user? We are saying the user should type a text for the name. So the name of the user should be in text form. Please, any question here? Right. Now, test. Now, the next thing is ID. ID here signifies the identifier. The identifier here, one, is going to help us at the time when we want to make add some style, the color and everything in our CSS. But one of the most important thing about it is going to help us reference it in our CSS. So the name we will give it, we won't go for, we will just take the same name here. So we will put it there, F name, right? Or signifying that box is for first name, which has been referenced with the label. Now we want to name this input box. We called it F name, that's the same name. So you can name it anything you want. Some people even name it first, then underscore name. Like anything you want is your code. But for you to understand and be able to reference it in future as you build your code. Right, we will add more to this. But for now, let's save it and go and see how our code looks like. So as usual, you save us. So we'll actually say for .html, don't forget, then you save it. Okay, now I will go to my screen, my desktop. So go and locate where your file you saved it and open it. So I'm going to open mine. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Hope you can see my screen. Yes, so you can see here on my screen. On my screen, I have my first name, then my box. So I can type perfect. And type my name, first name there. Please, who wasn't able to do this? Any question here before we move on? So we've been able to create our first form and our first feature on the form. You are saying first name, so the person will be able to type his first name. Okay, so let's go and add out the rest of our features on it. Please hope everyone has been able to create this or a first form. Now then, yes.
Yeah, my own, I think the box came, but then the first name didn't appear.
The box came, but the first name, this you mean?
Yes, it's the box that is showing.
The label, this one didn't come. First name.
Oh, okay. Let me check it.
So check your code and make sure it's like this. You have your label there. So this label is the one showing the first name, and this input is the box we are able to type inside. Check. Please, if you are unable to do, or if you haven't been able to do it, let me know before we proceed. with it. Right. Anyone? Someone? Okay. Now, the next feature, we'll add our surname. So here it's very simple. You can copy. Then you just change S name. So I'll just change S name. So I'll just say surname. I'll just say surname. Okay. So let me continue to add the next one. Then we go into the next one is we are saying age. So let's see. So maybe we can say age. So maybe I'll say your age. Then age is
Hey,
yes, Doris.
so I'm lost because it's the same thing I have, but the F name is no, the full name is not showing. The first name, like, it's not written on the side.
Okay.
It's only the box.
Okay. Okay. So this is it. Do you have a label? This one. A label tag. Please make sure you have a label tag. Then you've closed the label tag here too. So the first open label tag, it's open. Then inside it we have a label. Then we add a 4 is equal to, then double quote F name. Then you close that tag. You close it. Then you bring your first name, the written, the first name, then your closed label tag. Are you okay now? Right. So let's continue. Is anyone having any challenge again apart from
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
yes?
So please, I was doing about, I saw something concern the input type tag.
Okay.
Concern that one, is that one also a self-closing tag?
The input can come in two forms. One, it can be a self-closing tag and it can be a twin tag. So it doesn't matter. So you can use a self-closing that it closes itself without bringing a closing tag, or you can bring a closed tag. You get it? David, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the
Yes,
main
sir. Yes,
concept.
sir.
Okay. Now the main concept here is for you to know how to build a form. Please, any question again with regards to now have you been able to resolve your issue?
Yes,
Now,
please. I've done it.
okay. Now the age is a number, so we won't use test. So you say number. Then here you say age. Let's use age here. Let's use age. We have more features we can add to a form. We can restrict it. We can make it compulsory. So without filling that form, you can't even submit or tell you to fill it. So we will add this. So you can actually bring the other features too. So we have a lot of features to be added to it. Now let's save it in Ctrl+S, then go and view in our browser. Our time will end very soon. We will rejoin again. Okay, so you refresh it. Now there's a problem here. If you can see my screen, all has been aligned in a horizontal manner. So first name, surname, your age, they are all aligned in a horizontal manner. How are we able to bring them in a vertical manner? Please, anyone?
And what about paragraphs? Paragraphing them.
Yes.
Yes. Paragraph into is good. Yes, anyone?
Yes.
Yes, those.
So I think we can use breaks.
Okay, we can also use breaks. Now let's try to use your suggestions and see. Then you save it. So you add your breaks here. Then you save it. Let's go and view it. Now you can see we have been able to make our form vertical. So you see there's a difference here. At the edge, you can see we have some small arrow. It's because we made it number. So it can even help us to just click either top or down to increase or decrease the numbers because we selected number to automatically add this feature to your box. Right, we will join again. Our session has ended. We will join again.